All praises, honor, glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, I great boastful and that rule well, and shalom and blessings to the hopeful elect. I wanted to come in the spirit of condemnation for these Olympic Games and bring out the origin of what it goes back to. All right, the wicked root of this event. All right. This is an article from SUU, Southern Utah University.edu, entitled 5 Things You Didn't Know About the Olympics. Just going to cover a couple of these and then go into some more history. All right. It says, athletes competed naked. Athletes competed naked as a tribute to the Greek god Zeus. They wanted to show Zeus their physical power and muscular physique. Showing off their bodies also helped intimidate other competitors. Since Greek heroes were often depicted nude in artwork and sculptures, this inspired athletes to train harder and win their event. Athletes wanted to be compared to true heroes like Hercules and Achilles. Okay. So this is a complete fucking perversity, right? These motherfuckers competing ass fucking naked, all right, which is completely not only against the scriptures, but it's against decorum, all right? And what does it breed? Deviance. It breeds more wickedness in the form of like sexual immorality, indecency, lasciviousness, okay? And in this time, more than ever in the history of mankind, this place is completely fucking perverse in that way, all right? Shit, the Greek Empire was pretty fucking bad, but this is just an extension of that, all right? Because of the increase in knowledge, the increase in technology and wickedness, okay, to the point where they showed you in that that demonstration before the events, that opening ceremony, they show you what that shit's really about, okay? Let's get into this wiki real quick. The ancient Olympic Games were a series of athletic competitions among representatives of city-states and were one of the Pan-Hellenic Games of ancient Greece. They were held at the Pan-Hellenic religious sanctuary of Olympia in honor of Zeus, and the Greeks gave them a mythological origin. So this shit goes straight back to fucking idolatry. All right, the worship of fucking idols, false gods, man. Among one of the worst forms of transgression imaginable, man. We brought it out at camp on Saturday. Let's jump into that real briefly. In Wisdom 14 and 27, it reads, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. All right, so idolatry is, as it said, it's the beginning, the cause, which is the root, all right, and the end of all evil. Okay, so it's among chief. And that's what this shit is rooted in. Motherfucking idolatry, man. You think you're just watching these games, but it really is it's not unto the Most High. Fuck out of here, man. All right, and that's obvious because it's got all those elements still. Let's jump back. It says, Slovakia. Let's see. It says, they were held every 4 years, or Olympiad, which became a unit of time in historical chronologies. Okay, let's jump down. It says, wow. It says during the celebration of the games, the Olympic truce was announced so that athletes and religious pilgrims could travel from their cities to the games in safety. So they literally likening this unto a pilgrimage, man. And a pilgrimage is basically where you go. Religious pilgrimage, it specified, okay? And that specifically is when you go, you travel away from your home and you travel to an area, a certain area, significant, you know, to that faith, whether it might be what motherfucking Islam, Muslims, they go on a pilgrimage. If they don't live over there where that fucking Kaaba stone is, they make a religious pilgrimage over there to worship that shit. Or, for example, during the time of Pesach, when it's required for us to go back to the Holy Land, we would make that pilgrimage, man. Okay, so they're likening this into a fucking pilgrimage, man, to show you how much it truly is idolatry. It says, and that's what these motherfuckers do. They travel from all around the world to these events, and this one more than anyone probably in the history of this fucking country, right? Since I've been alive, and for sure from the last several hundred years. Okay, the perversity that was expressed is stifling, man. It shows you what this place is really about. And then on top of it, it was heavy because it was France. France being one of the mothers of America, one of the parents, if you will, right? Those three wicked fucking countries that America was pretty much founded after, the French, and then of course you had the Spanish and fucking British. Okay, but France had a major part in the colonization of America, man. All right, and the subjugation of the Israelites. And that place, France, is fucking extremely wicked in the form of that, like sexual morality and all that. They're very loose, okay? But this is really going back into the ancient origins of this event, okay? So look at it. It says the games, they also used to help spread Hellenistic culture through the Mediterranean. The Olympics also featured religious celebrations. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was counted as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Okay? And let's go back to this little caption for the picture. It says, the Palestra at Olympia, a place devoted to training of wrestlers and other athletes. So they had this shit called the Palestra, right? And we're gonna go into what was going down over in those facilities in the fucking Palestra. Okay, so look, this shit was used to spread Hellenistic culture, the way of the heathen, and mainly the worst fucking heathen, Esau, Edom. Okay, this sick fuck who's known for pretty much coming up with, and if not necessarily coming up with, inventing or being the first one to do it, liken it to the, some of these acts, they were developed and first performed by the ancient Hamites, different ancient Hamite nations, right? But these motherfuckers picked it up and ran with it, and they put their wicked twist on it, and took it even further. All right, let's jump real quick into that Palestra to show you what that's about. Ancient Greek wrestling. each city had a place for wrestling called the Palestra, and then there, of course, was the Palestra at the Olympiad. Okay, Olympus, whatever the fuck you call it, which is where those games were held. All right, check it. It says. Here it goes. Wrestling was taught and practiced in a building called the Palestra, right? There's the colonnade in the Palestra at Olympia, right? Many wrestling schools across Greece, and we're going to jump down and check it. It says, rooms adjoining the colonnades were used for lectures, bathing, dressing, and undressing, game playing, socializing, and the storage of equipment and olive oil. Mo S, right? Fucking, which is what? Sodomy and whatever else wicked fucking acts, says was rampant in the Palestra. But see, this is specific for men on men or woman on woman. See, that's because you could, sodomy could be done with a hetero couple, but this is a specific, okay? But that shit was fucking rampant in the Palestra, despite the official efforts to curb it. So they were trying to get them to stop that, but they couldn't stop. All right, Esau's gonna, his nature is going to, he can't hide his nature. He can't curb it. He can't stop it. Okay? But this is wicked as fucking hell. Going from chiefly the idolatry associated with this shit, but then going into the perversity. All right? We just went into what they were doing and what was about in that way. Right? Fucking sexual immorality and perversity. Okay. So this word, gymnasium, when you even go into the gyms, that whole concept, all right, it's wicked as fucking hell. It says a place of exercise, gymnasium in the etymology, it says to train, literally to train naked, okay? It's closer to the bottom of this first paragraph. From gymnos, naked, okay? A feature of all Greek communities at first. It was merely an open space. Later, with extensive facilities and including training for the mind as well as the body. Okay, let's see. There was something else I needed to grab. All right, so it goes back to fucking nakedness. Those gymnasiums that they so-called practice at and trained. Okay, they were fucking naked and they were performing filthy, wicked fucking acts upon each other. Okay. And then doing it unto, because look, you thought they were just doing, and what's conventional? What's conventional? What is conventional about Mo relations? Right? But they weren't just having so-called conventional Mo relations. They were doing it unto fucking idols and false gods, which is what? Fornication. So there's a lot of implications with this whole fucking Olympic shit, man. It's wicked as absolute fuck. And even, me personally, each man is different, right? When it comes to certain things, preferences, and even like, for example, a man in this truth who has the conviction in his mind that he doesn't ever want to set fucking foot in one of his family or friends or any fucking body who's celebrating these fucking wicked holidays, right? To go and get a plate and all that shit, like certain brothers say you can, and that's fine. That could be the case, but look, some brothers are, Lord will, you know, that stance stays strong, have the position to say that, Lord will, until Babylon is fucking destroyed, you know, we won't fucking step foot in another holiday celebrating household, you know, ever again. Okay? So in that same wise, you know, there's certain men, not, because you can watch that shit potentially, you know, with understanding, but for the most part, you know, even looking at that shit, man. And what does it say? To patronize that. It's a form of patronizing of support by watching that shit, man. So fuck all that. You know, that's just where the Most High has certain men at. And really, come on, bro. You know? This is in 1 Maccabees 1 and 13. It says, then certain of the peoples were so froward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Okay, this is according to the ordinance of the heathen, man. The wicked customs of these other nations, primarily, specifically Esau, Edom, the most vile, profane people on the face of the earth in the history of mankind, man. It says, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves into the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Okay? This is literally the Hellenization of our people. It just said it, that the Olympics was literally the most important, pretty much, method of spreading Hellenism, spreading Hellenization, man. Salakia, where's this at? I think I dropped the tab. Let me see. Yeah, I think I dropped the tab. Salakia. Let's see. Ancient Olympics in the Wikipedia. Slovakia. Ancient Olympic Games. Come on, man. All right. It says they were, Slovakia, let's see. Because it mentioned that it was one of the most important methods of spreading Hellenistic. Oh, there it is. They were also used to help spread Hellenistic culture throughout the Mediterranean. So this had a lot to do. And then another place it said it was one of the most important forms of it. And you could see that because people really latch on to and get entertained by, you know, a human, a man, Slakia, you know, and even above the woman, because the woman's the weaker vessel, right? They really latch on and give a lot of credence and you know, credit, if you will, for the lack of a better fucking term, Slakia. They give a lot of value to a man displaying his abilities, man, and really the peak form, because that's what it is. Like, You train to reach the peak. All right, pretty much the best of human ability, if you will, right? In the form of these different games, these different sports and shit like that. People really fucking they it really enticed and attracted to that. All right, and what a fucking better way to get the people Hellenized, man, with fucking games and sports just like we have now. All right, this is likened into a fucking culture or religion for people, and it just mentioned that's what the fuck it was. You see, so this shit has way more wicked implications than you can imagine. Even these fucking sports, man, that came in from this whole Hellenization. Okay, as we just read, let's go into another translation for that real quick. The NAB. This is in 1 Maccabees 13:14 in the New American Bible. Some from among the people promptly went to the king, and he authorized them to introduce the ordinances of the Gentiles. Thereupon they built a gymnasium in Jerusalem according to the Gentile custom. It says, as a footnote, gymnasium is a symbol and center of Greek athletic intellectual life. And here it is, bam, the Wada Yahal Bashim Yahushai. It was the chief instrument of Hellenistic culture, and you could see that, man. Even now, like, it's one of the chief forms of this devil, okay, of Esau, Edom, and this culture, man. It says the Jewish youth were attracted by sports, see, and encouraged to join youth clubs. They received training in military schools, skills, and in the duties of citizens. Many were won over to paganism, and some even sought surgical correction of their circumcision, since physical exercise was carried out in nudity. Okay, there you go. These are the nasty fucking origins of this shit. And the Most High told us not to. Let's jump in here first. This is in Leviticus 18:6. All right, it says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now, you think that's just your fucking family? Okay. That goes for anyone else that potentially, like, it says that you're not going to, a woman, if it be a man, a woman that he's going to lie with, right? That's the only way that's permissible. Or if it's your child, and even if it's your child, you don't gaze upon their fucking nakedness. There's just certain instances where maybe, they're too young to bathe themselves, or other things like that. They get fucking their diaper changed and all this other shit. But even that, you don't, and after a certain age, no, fuck no, man. This is against the scriptures, being naked, looking upon nakedness, and even being scantily clad. In our, it goes on, I believe in Deuteronomy, it speaks about, or maybe in Exodus, how, a man is supposed to be covered up, a woman's supposed to be covered up. I believe it goes into the breeches. You're supposed to cover your shit up, man. Okay? And that was beautiful. Something that came down from the apostles and elders years ago, that no shorts at camp. And really, really you shouldn't be wearing fucking shorts, not just at camp, really anytime, because it's a form of exposure. All right? I could see it, at a sports event and shit like that, but then what is that? What is sports, though? Is that our customs? You see? We're coming back to our heritage. It says, the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shall thou not uncover. She is thy mother, thou shalt not uncover thy nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife. See, so it goes on to go into all this nakedness that we're not to uncover. Man, how many scriptures? Man, how many scriptures? That's literally verse 8, really 7, 6, verse 6 through 19. 6 through 19 goes in, you shall not gaze upon the nakedness of hella different people in society. It just mentions certain different members of society, man. Your kin, your neighbors, See? This is going way the fuck off. And it's the spirit because, look, they're getting more scantily clad as each Olympic event goes on. All right? To where now, this is what I was told by a family member, because I didn't even look. I haven't even scoped out any of the highlights and shit like that. But they said a lot of the runners and swimmers and shit, that their one pieces, their thongs, whatever the fuck they wear, that string is all up in the ass, man. And it's exposing much more than it ever has. But that just shows you what it's, what it's about. And look, this is what got a lot of the whole world fucking fooled, is how they infiltrated these different faiths and religions by inserting paganism into it, right? Just put a twist of paganism in it, and look, Esau got the world to worship fucking Satan and to go off from the Most High and not even fucking realize it. You see? This is Jeremiah 10:2 finishing off. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. See? So we're to not learn the way of the heathen, man. The way of the heathen is completely fucking perverse. All right? Filthy. And this shit is going to be made known in this time. See, that's what the Most High has, speaking through the mouths of the prophets, okay, to set this back in order, so to speak, okay, reestablishing of order through its first being professed, and then this is going to be made known that this was wicked as fucking hell, okay, in a very emphatic way when the Most High returns, man. Okay, only the Lord knows how all these different, this idolatry as a whole, whether it be from these buildings, these statues, these actual events, how, in what way is the Most High gonna throw all that shit down so that the people know that this was not the way to go? All right. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Racha Kadash. This was exposure of the wicked origins of the Olympic Games, man. All right? Shalom.